So we have that, right? So 4 steps. The first step, you should look for the controversy surrounding the topic. And here the topic is the role of technology in what? In educating the African youth. And you find 2 camps, right? 2 opposing camps. Then you choose one camp and express the reason why you chose the camp. Then finally, you state your conclusion. And usually the conclusion is similar to the introduction. So the way you started the essay, that's how you are going to end it. So we take them step by step now. For Rabiu's essay, we say, in the last couple of decades, you are sketching a narrative path. When you're joining the conversation, you sketch a narrative path by saying, at the dawn of the 21st century, or in the last 100 years, or you say, since the passage of X bill, there has been a controversy. You understand? So now we say in the last couple of decades, that's 20 years, in the past 20 years, there has been a controversy surrounding the role of technology in the education of the African what? African youth. On the one hand, there are those who believe that given technology to the African child, or to the African youth, or to the African students, it's a distraction from the real problem that we have. One, it will detract from giving the child the education he needs. That's one point. The second point they argue is that no African government has the wherewithal or the money or the resources to give education to all the citizens, to the youth, by adopting technology. For example, no African child, no African government can give all children, all school children, a tablet, for example. That will bankrupt the state and other vital operations of the government. That's their second argument. What's their third argument? So you look for the third argument. That is their own side. That's one of the opposing side. The second opposing side says that technology is the present and technology is going to be the future. Already all over the world, technology has advanced in such a way that all books now are digitized, can be digitized, and most of them are digitized. And we have apps that help students learn. The apps have been gamified, right? And through gamification, the students learn quicker, faster, and they don't get bored. That is their first point. The second point is that using technology, we may save a lot of money, because every year the government struggle to give textbooks to students, and their parents struggle to pay school fees. But if we have a tablet and all the textbooks are digitized and on the tablet, the government and the parent will not struggle to buy the textbooks every year. Because once you have it, you can throughout your duration, the student duration in the secondary school, you use the resources on the tablet. That is the second point. The third point is that we don't need structures to be in schools. And whenever disasters strike, like the pandemic that we had of the COVID-19, many African students who were not familiar with technology were unable to go to school. However, some students, especially in urban areas, they still went to school, but they didn't go to physical schools. They went to school through their electronic devices like the tablet, their mobile phones, and the computers, using Zoom and other platforms. So that's the third point. Yeah? So now, you've argued the sides, both sides, the two camps. Now the third step is to what? Is to choose the camp you agree with. Rabi, which camp do you agree with?
I agree with camp that says technology is new.
Yes. So you say, in my opinion, but before you do that, you summarize the argument. You say, in sum, or in summary, or in essence, the argument is whether tablets should be adopted for the African child. Sorry, not tablet. Whether technology should be used for the African child or not. As far as I'm concerned, I agree with the camp that says we should adopt technology in the education of the African child. Here are my reasons. So you give your 3 reasons. So look for the 3 reasons. And we are done with you. Sorry, we are not done. The conclusion should state the way we started. How did we start? You say in the last 2 decades, right? So you say, in conclusion, in the last 20 decades, the controversy surrounding whether technology should be adopted for the education of the African child is needless, as far as I'm concerned, because everybody can see the benefits of technology in finance, in governance, in agriculture, food production, in everything. So why can't we adopt technology in the education of the African child? Why? I think we should do it, and I think we should do it now. So you end like that, powerfully. So, you didn't get what? It's just the gist. You don't have to use my words. If I'm going to repeat now, I will repeat with different words. Okay. In conclusion, the debate, or the controversy about whether we should adopt technology in the education of the African child is needless as far as I'm concerned. Because we've seen the benefits of the adoption of technology everywhere. In banking, in food production, even in government. We have e-government, right? So why shouldn't we use technology in education, especially for an African child who has nothing? I believe that if he has technology, he has everything. So I think we should adopt technology in the education of the African child, and I think we should do it now.